Okay, we are going to start our lesson now on floor treatments. We're going to be talking about the different kinds of flooring that you can put into a space and making the best decision based on what you're going to be using that space for. And we're going to go through the properties of each type of floor and that kind of stuff. So we're going to start with our different types of flooring. You have hard floors, resilient floors, and soft floors. Your hard floors are going to be your most durable, and you're dent resistant and long lasting. So these are going to be like your wood floors, your tile floors, your stone floors, those types of things. They are very hard types of flooring. They don't have a lot of bounce back to them. So when you want to do these, you want to consider, are you going to be, I don't know what the word is. Some people who have like feet problems and that kind of stuff, they may choose to go against a hard floor just because it can hurt their feet unless they're wearing shoes. But if you don't have those kind of problems, I don't see what the issue is. I personally like hard floors. They are the most expensive, just so you know, because they are the best as far as the most durable and the most dent resistant and the most long lasting. So anytime you have those properties into a floor or an item, it's obviously going to be more expensive. Your second choice is going to be resilient. These types of floors mimic hardwood floors or hard floors, but they are more bendable. They wear well, and they are quieter to walk on, and they're softer to walk on. So, they also are cheaper. That's why people would choose maybe vinyl floors or laminate floors over hardwood floors. They're cheaper. They're a little bit softer. They're more resilient. And also, laminate and vinyl wood floors you can get them in waterproof, which is helpful. But speaking from somebody who is currently dealing with her waterproof floors. So a few months ago, I got a new washing machine, and it came, and the people came in and they set it up in my place. And they were like, okay, we're going to run a cycle on it. And then just when it stops, leave. And so they just stop it. And I said, okay, perfect. So they leave, they start a cycle, and I'm sitting there on my couch watching TV. And all of a sudden I see all of this water like pouring out of my laundry room. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what is that? So I hurry and I run over and I open my laundry door. And the washing machine that they had given me was defective, and it wasn't draining water. So the entire washing machine was full of water, and it was just pouring out, and it ruined my floors. So I did get the waterproof vinyl, but apparently when a washing machine leaks onto them, it doesn't mean it's waterproof. I'm not sure. But all of my floors now are all warped and they're popping up and that kind of stuff. And so I have to get new floors. They are paying for it because it was the washing machine's fault. So I am getting them paid for, but it has been quite the hassle getting new floors put in my place. And it'll still be probably another month or two out till I get new floors, but it's been fun. So just because something is waterproof doesn't mean you can just dump gallons of water on it. It will still ruin it. I guess they should say water resistant, not waterproof. I don't know. Anyways, and then you have your soft floors. These are going to be anything that made out of carpet or fabric. These are obviously going to be the hardest to clean because if you get stains on these, you can't just wipe them up like you would on a hard floor. You have to actually treat them and try and keep them clean. They show the most stains. They show the most foot traffic. Like say you get a white rug, or at least like my rug, that I have a rug that's black and white, and you can tell that when I like run my carpet cleaner over it, it actually turns back to its original white instead of its dingy like cream color that it gets because of the amount of walking that gets put on it. My dogs lay on it, the kids play on it, and then their food gets spilled on it and that kind of stuff. So they are hard to clean, and they obviously will wear out as well because they could be ruined a lot easier. So we're going to go through those different types. I'm going to show you those different types, and you can decide for yourself what you would like to put in your own place. And then after we are done with this lesson, you'll take a quiz on textiles and flooring that will be published in Canvas. So first, let's go over wood floor. You have three different kinds. You have strip wood floor. This is floor that is the strips are less than 3 feet wide, and they are fastened to the subfloor with nails. So these are a skinnier look. You're going to see these a lot more often in older style homes, or let's say because all of the older generation, for whatever reason, decided to cover up all of their wood floors with carpet for whatever reason. But if you ever pull up carpet and you find these hardwood floors underneath, you're probably going to see strip wood flooring, because this is a little bit more of an older, more traditional style. And anything that's usually, when you're putting in new floors in, you're probably going to get a different kind, which we'll go over in a second. But you're going to see the strip wood flooring in a little bit more older models. I think either one's pretty, honestly. My sister, her very first home that she bought, she ended up getting 2 puppies. And when she got these 2 puppies, they were obviously being potty trained. And so they ruined her carpet in her living room and hallway. And so she decided she was going to pull up this carpet and she was going to install laminate into the, instead of carpet. When she pulled her carpet up, she had these hardwood floors underneath this carpet. And yes, they weren't pretty because they had been walked on, there's paint on them, all this kind of stuff. They were dingy, they weren't pretty, but she paid somebody $500 to come in and restore these wood floors, and it turned out being like crazy beautiful when it was finished, and it was a strip wood floor. Our next one's going to be our plank wood floor. This is what is more commonly seen right now. It's what's more in style. It's wider. The plank wood floor strips are 3 feet wide, and they're fastened to the floor with nails or screws, just like the same thing, okay? And then they give the floor a little bit more of an early American look. So it just kind of depends on what your style is, what you enjoy. But you will see the wider planked wood floor a little bit more often as of right now, because that's what's currently a little bit more in style. Okay, then we have our parquet floor. This is a small pieces of wood arranged in different patterns, such as a herringbone. The picture on the left is an example of a herringbone, or a basket weave. That's the picture on the right. So it just kind of depends on your certain style. If you watch the television show Friends, I want you to notice that both Monica and Chandler and Joey's floor are a basket weave. So maybe notice that next time you watch that show, if you do watch it. And that's your parquet floor. Okay, then we have our tile flooring. You have 2 different types. You have ceramic tile. This is fine clays that are fired with a glaze on the surface, okay? And then you have, so these ones are a little bit more shiny usually. Then you have your porcelain tile. This is composed of fine porcelain clays, and it's fired at much higher temperatures than ceramic tiles. This makes the tile more dense and less porous, so it's much harder and less prone to moisture and stain absorption than ceramic tiles. So if you are doing like a bathroom or a shower, you would definitely want to put porcelain tile into your space over ceramic tile, because it is less prone to moisture, and you're going to have lots of moisture and lots of humidity in bathrooms, and so that can definitely affect your tile. So I would choose porcelain for that type of thing. Also, I would probably put porcelain tile if I was doing tile in my kitchen as well, just because you're going to get moisture on it. So for me, I would probably choose porcelain tile. But porcelain tile is most suitable for interior and outdoor installations. So if you maybe have a tile patio, porcelain tile would be a good choice, especially if your patio doesn't have a cover, because it's going to obviously be exposed to the elements. So it just kind of depends. But like I said, anything that's more durable is going to be more expensive. So porcelain tile is more expensive than ceramic tiles. So you have to weigh those options when you're deciding to put flooring into certain spaces. Okay, then we have our stone flooring. Our first one is marble. This is a very, very dramatic marble floor, but I wanted to show it to you because I thought it was kind of cool looking. This is made out of metamorphic rock, and it's usually highly varied in colors and veins, and marble of the same type. The surface can be etched, which means the gloss is removed, by acidic substances. So if you decide to put marble countertops in your house or on your floor, you need to make sure you use certain cleaners for it, because if you use an acidic cleaner, or you spill like soda pop or citrus or vinegar on it, you can that gloss can be removed, which would just not be good. So if you're ever going to use marble, which is definitely an expensive option, you want to make sure you're using the proper stuff to treat it. Okay, then we have our granite. This is the made of igneous rock, and it is the hardest of the natural stones. They have large minerals in the crystalline grain, and so that is visible. That's the specs. So granite countertops are very, very popular. Granite flooring is obviously popular, but you'll hear much more about granite as far as countertops go. They're expensive, but they're really nice. And obviously, you know how granite has the specs in it. spend money on the amount of how you want the specs to look, if that makes sense. So if you have a very, very spotty granite, that's going to be a cheaper granite. If you have a very less spotty granite, it's a more expensive, and then you have your middle ones as well. So it just kind of depends on what look you like and how much money you're willing to spend, but that's how granite looks. Then you have your slate. I really like slate. I like the look of slate. I have slate tile. I have slate flooring in my bathroom, and it's like a charcoal, and I think it's really pretty. It's metamorphic, and it's a fine-grained rock that is formed by ancient clay beds, and it does naturally split or flake into layers. That's an example of a slate floor right there. And then you have your travertine. This is my least favorite. I just don't like it very much, but that's my personal opinion. Doesn't mean that you can't like it. But this is rock that was formed by a mineral spring, and it is light in color usually, and it's one of the softest natural stones. So if you want a little bit more of a softer feel underfoot, this could be a a stone floor that you could go towards. But travertine does have natural holes in it that are filled with cement, so you can tell on that travertine floor the amount of like holes that are in the tile. And then when they are just installing it, they smooth it over with the grout, and so it's nice and smooth. It doesn't have holes in it, like you can feel them and you can't get stuff stuck in, and it's still a smooth surface, but you can tell that the holes have been filled by the same color as the grout in the center. Okay, now let's go through our carpet choices. Okay, so you have different terminology when it comes to carpet. You've got the pile, which is the length of the yarns, the density, which is the closeness of the yarns, and then the fiber. So it's either a natural or a synthetic substance processed into a thread or yarn of continuous length. Okay, first we have our plush fabric. Our plush carpet. Okay, so our plush carpet is upright fibers, and they are under 1 foot. They are 1 inch. 1 foot? 1 inch. The 2 dash means inch, I think. Anyways, okay. So they are more resilient and So they're more resilient in shorter piles, and they are susceptible to matting. Plush carpet is very comfortable underfoot, making it a cozy covering for a bedroom floor, but the pile is easily crushed, revealing indentations. This is going to be the kind of carpet that you lay your face in and rub your hands through. It's real nice. I like plush carpet a lot, but that's the kind, if you rearrange your bedroom and you move your bed, you have the indents of your bedposts that are going to be there for 2 weeks while they form back up. So it just kind of depends. But then you have your frieze. This is an informal cut, and it's more of a curly texture because fibers are highly twisted. They show minimal footmarks, and it is sturdy and durable. It has more of a crimped appearance, and its most dramatic form is known as shag carpet. So in the 70s, when shag carpet was super in style, that's a frieze carpet. The twisted strands of a frieze carpet obscure footprints and vacuum marks well, and the tousled look complements an informal room. So it just kind of depends on the look you're wanting to go for. It is not recommended for high traffic. Okay, and then you have your loop carpet. This is uncut and it wears extremely well. It uses thick, relatively untwisted yarns. It can be a loose loop or a tight loop, just depending on what you're certain, they have different levels of loop. A very, very tight loop would be an example of the picture I show in the picture. And you're going to see these in very high traffic areas, like schools and office buildings. That's where you're going to see looped a lot, but they can be in homes as well too. It's just, depends on the level of loop that you like. I personally don't love looped carpet in homes because I feel it's just hard and it's not super soft, and I like to have soft carpet. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, and then you have your sculptured carpet. This combines various heights of cut and pile or level loops, and it can cause poor resiliency if you have too much variety. It is most effective when the design is subtle, but some sculptured carpets may show footprints and vacuum marks depending on the height of the tallest fibers. Sculptured is going to create a design. Okay, that's how I always remember that one, is the sculptured is like a sculpture. Okay, so you have a design in that carpet, as you can see in the picture. That's going to be your sculptured carpet. Okay, when you are selecting carpet, there are certain things you want to look for and questions you want to ask yourself. What type of room will the carpet be used in? Is it going to be formal, informal? Is there going to be high traffic, low traffic? As an example, a living room is going to see a lot more traffic than your bedroom. Okay. What do you expect of the carpeting for this space? Do you want it to be soft and welcoming? Do you want it to be tight and hard? Do you want it to be What do you want it to look like? Do you want it to be comfortable? Do you want it to be, it just kind of depends on what you expect of that space. How do you want the carpet to feel underfoot? Do you want a soft carpet where you can like run your fingers through it or you can walk barefoot through it comfortably? Do you want a hard carpet, a really tight looped carpet where it's not so soft? Just kind of depends on what you personally like. And then what's your carpeting budget? That's obviously going to be a big question because there's going to be more carpets that are more expensive and some that are more affordable. And it just kind of depends on what your budget is and what you're looking for. And then how much effort do you want to put into maintaining your carpet? That's a big one. Obviously, a super, super tight looped carpet is going to be easily maintained. Whereas one that is not is going to be a little bit more difficult. So it depends on what level of maintenance you want to put into your carpet. Okay, you guys don't have to do any smash books for this assignment. So we're just going to stop right there. And make sure you take the quiz after you've watched the textiles lesson and the flooring lesson. And I miss you guys terribly. Bye.